For those people who are interested in this subject, what happened in Albania last summer is obviously a fundamental example of the ways in which cyber, the ways in which geopolitics can affect government and a nation state, and we look forward to hearing from you, Prime Minister. We have a limited amount of time.
First of all, I want to tell you that never invite someone from the Balkan and put a limit of time.
Right.
So we succeeded to become in the last, let's say, 6 to 7 years, a country that has 95% of its public services totally online, and you don't have any need to contact offices, bureaucracy, and so on. And this has helped a lot, of course, and we are improving in it every day. But at the same time, it has exposed us a lot. So last year we were attacked very, very heavily by Iran. Of course, we took very carefully note of in every step of the very thorough investigation made by Microsoft and the red team of FBI and other experts before we came out with accusation which is based on facts. And we are still under attack, practically in daily basis. Somehow the bless of technology, we saw also the other side of it, which is the curse of technology. Anyhow, although we don't have a state-of-the-art cybersecurity, we succeeded to avoid the total wiping out of the systems we have built, and practically we avoided to lose all data and all, because this was what the attack was about. We resisted quite well, I think, in comparison with the target of the attackers. So, based on the report that was completely autonomous and independent from the Albanian government, it was very clear that the attackers had a very, very, final end to completely wipe out our systems and to bring us back to the paper age, the Stone Age. If cybercrime was a state, it would have been the third largest economy in the world after US and China.
It's like a house. You think that you've locked the doors, you think that you've locked the windows, but today's cyber criminals are more sophisticated than that. Mm-hmm. They have intruded into your home without you realizing it. Mm-hmm. And Singapore has had its own crisis in 2018, when our healthcare records were stolen by cyber criminals. If we were to just fast forward 3 years, I think our observation is that the kind of cyber incidents have grown in intensity, it's grown in sophistication. It's really an industry that is very lucrative for the cyber criminals. And so when so much money is involved, you must expect that their tactics will become even better. And which means that for those of us who need to play defense, we must really up the game.
Biggest risk today in a company like Aker, being the second largest oil and gas producer in Norway, a rapidly growing revenue and energy producer, and operating in other industries, is that the attackers not only close down our operation, but basically take control. And that could have huge safety consequences, huge environmental consequences, and it could have enormous financial consequences, not only on my company, but on partners, suppliers, and society at large.
In 2018, there was an attack at a Saudi Arabian petrochemical facility where the adversaries tried to kill people by targeting those safety systems. So exactly as he mentioned, it's not just data, it's life. We used to have attacks against these very heterogeneous systems that were purpose-built. If you want to take out the facility in Saudi Arabia, it's that facility. You want to design a capability for the electric substations, that's those electric substations. It wasn't highly scalable, highly repeatable. And last year we saw the first time that that was not true anymore. And there was a capability that was developed called Pipe Dream, which essentially is able to impact any different industry and be able to do destructive effects across a wide set of infrastructure globally. So one state actor was going against one other state actor and developed a weapon that is repeatable and usable against everybody. And the problem is there's no patching or fixing it. It's all the stuff that we've been talking about in terms of hunting and thinking and detecting and responding.
Really, it's to recognize that cybercriminals do not respect geographical boundaries. And so if amongst nation states we are not cooperating with ourselves, we are not able to exchange information on computer incidents at the very basic level, if we are not thinking about supply chain issues and how we can get vendors to up their game, if we're not thinking of how ransomware is being implemented because the rules are different in each state and the ransomware perpetrators are taking advantage of these gaps, then I think we will continue to find it very difficult to get on top of the game. And so international cooperation, I think, is the third important pillar. I think we are better off working together and understanding the problem and trying to get to a solution as soon as possible.
I very much hope that the countries will not make the same mistake they made in the first phase of pandemic, to run and shut down themselves and avoid to cooperate in real time, because this is very much pandemic in exponential higher danger, and and the capacity of harm can be such that can be really apocalyptic.